So, good morning. You're now tuning into Morning Thailand News Show on the MCOT World for this Friday, December the 30th, 2013. Thanks for joining. I'm Thananapat Noiving.
And I'm Palada Muksiri.
And of course, starting out with, we have a lot of top stories today, starting with the recap from yesterday's event, the city rallies by the PDRC led by Kun Suthep Thirsuban and other co-leaders. And it seems that we've seen people coming out to show their support, giving flowers or even blue whistles with the protesters that have been marching from Ratchadamnern Avenue to Asok intersection and on their way back.
Yes, so obviously lots of pictures were shown on the social media websites at the particular areas that they were rallying. And like you said, lots of whistleblowing that was going on as well.
Yeah, and it seems to be a fun event yesterday. No major traffic because police had facilitated for the protesters to march. They said that there would not be a blocking or obstructing protesters from entering or using any routes. However, today there will be another march from the Ratchadamnern Avenue all the way to the Ramafoth Road, and they'll be going to the Chinatown area. And apart from that, we have more updates on the upcoming general election. Various sides have already come out and expresses opinions, including the election commissioner themselves, right?
Right. I will have a little bit more details on that too.
But starting off first, I think you have a story from Pattaya.
Okay. Just to begin with the local news first before we head into the political news there. It's actually surprising because this particular case happened with 3 white tigers that were stolen from a national park or the Million Year Stone Park and Pattaya Crocodile Farm in Chonburi province. And all of this happened within only 17 minutes.
Oh,
and
three tiger
cubs, that's right. And I'd say that it was pretty fast, but everything was caught on CCTV camera footages. And it turns out that upon receiving one of the reports here of the theft at approximately 7 a.m. yesterday, the police checked the CCTVs and they learned that at around 1 a.m., 3 of the culprits broke into the cubs' cage, and they also sedated the cubs before carrying them. Basically, I think it's more like they were just jumping off the fences, in order to flee, to take all of the 3 cub tigers with them. And apart from that, for the caretaker within the area told police that the cubs, 1 male and 2 females, were about 3 months old, while the park manager came out to say that the cubs were born on October the 7th and they were worth 1 million baht each. Wow, that's right. And he also said that he gave a reward of 50,000 baht would be given to anyone providing information on the retrieval of each of the cub. But more details, I think the owner himself said that he offered this reward to the person who gave the tip-off. And so if they can find all 3 of them, 50,000 times 3. And they also mentioned here that the police in the area said that the gang might be involved with some insiders as they appear to be too well prepared and informed of the park's schedule. They knew exactly when the caretakers were away.
And the fact that it took only 17 minutes.
That's right. Okay.
Oh, haven't any idea before that the 1 tiger crab could worth that much.
Yeah,
1 million
baht, right. They also added a little bit, by the way. They assumed that this could be done on an order kind of list. So maybe there were people who paid this gang because they really wanted, to get their hands on the tiger cubs. So more details and investigations definitely have to be seen through.
I believe a lot of rich people want to raise tiger cubs as their pets. And now moving on to another story. There has been a very well-known cases in Thailand here that caught a lot of media attention and also from the public alike, as it involved a human rights lawyer who had mysteriously gone missing almost a decade ago. On March the 12th, 2014, Kun Somchai Nilaphai was pulled from his car in Bangkok, allegedly by 5 police officers, and he had never been seen again. After almost 10 years, nobody was ever recovered and no progress has been announced in this particular case. On December 12, 2013, the Justice Ministry's Department of Special Investigation told reporters that Kun Somchai's case files went missing after the anti-government protesters broke into the DSI headquarters and destroyed one of the file cabinets. No other cases stored in the same maximum security zone were damaged or stolen, according to the DSI. Kun Somchai's family told the Human Rights Watch that they fear the DSI would use this case as an excuse to stop the investigation. So yesterday, Kun Angkana Nilaphaichit, Kun Somchai's wife, had submitted a letter to Deputy Permanent Secretary for the Justice Ministry, Kun Suwanna Suwanjutha, demanding that she confirm if the file had been lost during the occupation of the government office complex on Jangwattana Road. Kun Angkana warned that her husband's case would be 10 years old on March the 12th of next year, yet there had been no progress in bringing people to justice for his disappearance, despite there being a large amount of evidences. She therefore urges the DSI to take cases of human rights violations more seriously, while revealing that she had asked to meet the Director General of the DSI, Kun Tharit, painted many times before to inquire about the progress of the case, but her request had been refused. About Kun Somchai Nilaphaichit, at the time of the incident that he gone missing, he was involved in a lawsuit alleging widespread police torture of Muslim suspects in the insurgency-ridden southern border provinces of Thailand. In the year 2006, then Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra announced that the government officials were involved in Kun Somchai's abduction and killing. Therefore, that makes the investigation into this case more difficult because it involved a lot of police officers and a former officer of the Crime Suppression Division, Police Major Ngun Thong Suk, was suspected of being involved in Kun Somchai's disappearance. However, the appeals court acquitted him due to confusing accounts by witnesses. They said that they cited the reason that they were lacking of incidents. So now at present, Kun Somchai's case is still under consideration by the Supreme Court. But with the 10-year anniversary coming closer, I believe that a lot of people are starting to worry, not just starting to worry, they have begun to increasingly worry that the case might be stalled in the near future. However, this is one of the important cases because Kun Somchai he has a reputation and fame on a global stage as well as a human rights lawyer here in Thailand. And Kun Angkana and the families of Kun Somchai had already submitted a letter to the International Human Rights Organization asking for them to press Thai authorities to speed up this particular case. Well, we're going to hear more because after that, police are responsible for this case said that they have already retrieved the case files that they claimed had been stolen.
Okay, well, I'm sure that his wife, of course, Kun Angkana, also wants to set an example since, she's been fighting for so many years. I think she's definitely not just going to, let the case just die down like that so that other cases in the future would see this as a precedent too. But moving on still with more of the news updates we have here, and this is to do with one of the core protest leaders of the PDRC. And she's a familiar face, I guess we can say, for the rally goers at least, because she does go on stage quite often to give speeches and etc. And the latest making the headlines for her is not really so good for today because it turns out that there was a bomb that was hurled at the house of Ms. Jittapat Pidompakdi here, and like I said, she has been seen several times on the stages of the PDRC rally stages, and this bomb attack was at her house on the Ram Kamhang Road in Bangkok's Bang Kapi district, and it was early yesterday morning, and it may have been politically motivated. Of course, that's what the police are coming out to suspect first. And as for the explosion itself, it damaged the front area or the front part of the van that you saw earlier there that she usually uses to travel to the Ratadamnern rally site. And Witnesses have come out to say that, about at 3:40 a.m., there were 4 assailants on 2 motorcycles that hurled the 4 firebombs over the fence into the compound of her house. And the people in the house were, asleep and no one was injured at the time.
Or just they were captured on CCTV?
There was also the footages from the CCTV camera. Yeah, that was recorded on the incident, and its images will be inspected to identify the assailants as well. So with that, just to mention here, as for Ms. Jitapat herself, she was only in the house having returned earlier from the rally site on that same day. And security guards in the house put out the fire that occurred within, just 15 minutes. Meanwhile, the police lieutenant colonel Hatsadin Nopawong Na Ayutthaya, who is the investigator at the Hua Ma police station, said that police have asked for the security camera installed in front of her house. And like I said, he mentioned that politics could be the reason behind the attack.
But it was just a threat, according to police, right? It wasn't aimed at
hurting,
injuring.
Yeah, injuring. I think, like you said, I think it was more like to make a stance or a standpoint, maybe just to scare her.
Well, it's not easy to become a core leader of the protesters. Even you got onto the stage, you become known already. And with Kun Jitapat, she belongs to a very well-known family.
That's right.
Pirong
And just to mention, there's more details on that particular case because of the Pirong family, like you said. There has been a letter that was circulated in the internet, and it was kind of like a warning of the actions that she is taking, because whatever she does, it could be affecting the family's last name, Pirong. And this was basically coming from the Singh family patriarch and managing director of the Bunrod Brewery, Santi Pirong, who has warned the political activities of Ms. Jitapat here that could hurt the family's interest in a letter that was circulated. And by the way, Ms. Jitapat here is Mr. Santi's niece, the former deputy spokeswoman for the Democrat Party, and also the one of the co-leaders of the PDRC. Now, this letter was addressed to Ms. Jitapat's father.
Kun Jutinan.
Yes, Kun Jutinan Pirong. And the letter says that Mr. Santi has made several attempts to talk to Mr. Jutinan about Ms. Jitapat's role in politics and how it could affect the company and also the Pirong family both now and in the future. But the letter says that there has been no response, and the company and family had now been dragged into involvement with politics. Mr. Santi said that regardless of the outcome of the current political situation and the impact on the business and the family, he, as the managing director, has to take the responsibility for whatever happens. And Bunrod Brewery is the brewer of Singh beer, as we know. And it also produces, a range of the non-alcoholic beverages as well.
However, after the incident occurred in the morning, in the afternoon yesterday, Kun Jitapat had already met with Kun Abhisit Vechachiwa, the Democrat leader, saying that, insisting that she would not stop. She will still fight on with the PDRC and a lot of protesters out there. Now, just to give you a wrap up for this section here, there was an update of the 27th SEA Games yesterday, and it seems that we got some good news here for Thailand as it patched out Singapore 1-0 in the men's football semi-final at the SEA Games yesterday night. The Thais will take on the Indonesian team in Saturday's final after the Indonesians edged out Malaysia 4-3 in the penalty shootout in the earlier match 2 days ago. Meanwhile, the Thai women football team will be out for revenge against Vietnam in today's final in Mandalay. And on Wednesday night, we just edged host the Myanmar 9-8 on penalties after a 2-2 draw in 120 minutes of the semi-final round that bring the score to 11-10. The team manager Kun Nunpan Lamsam said the team will receive at least 5 million baht from sponsors if they win the title, and each player will get 200,000 baht from the National Sports Development Fund for winning a gold medal. Thailand remained dominant as well in athletics after having won 4 more gold medals in track and field for a total of 17 titles. In the women's discus throw, Kun Subenrat Insang successfully defended her title, while Kun Thawat Kachin received gold and Kun Chachawan Ponyiem received bronze medal in the men's shot put. While in the women's multiple 400 meters relay, the Thai team Kun Patsorn จากสุนินกรคุณอาจิมาเองชวนพรพันธ์เหิมพึกษ์ and ตรีวดียงพันธ์ got gold medal in 3.36 minutes, and on the final day of Sepak Takraw, Thailand won the gold medal in the women's doubles team after beating the host Myanmar in the final round. While in table tennis, Thailand took 2 silver medals in the men's and women's team events, losing to Singapore both in finals. And also in the taekwondo competition, Cassandra Haller, the 22-year-old Thai Swiss, beat the Vietnamese athletics 11-2 in the women's 67 kilograms final in her first international competition since the year 2011. Cassandra is still also the assistant coach for the Taekwondo Association of Thailand, and she said that she had not expected to get gold at the Myanmar tournament, nor did her coach, who said that he did not expect that she would be doing this well also. Now Thailand is still on the first rank of the table with 82 goals, edging past Vietnam with 64 and Myanmar on the third at 60.
Okay, well, fingers crossed. Hopefully, it's all gonna, sail well and getting, more of the gold medals.
A lot of team managers of Thai in various sports categories said that Thai athletics doing very well this year.
Okay.
More than they expected. All right, with that, we're taking a short break, but up next, there's still more updates on the weather conditions across the country. Temperatures are continue to fall further, and some provinces are bearing the brunt of cold weather quite seriously, and also some good news for the upcoming New Year holidays. Stay tuned.